What's going on, guys? Welcome to an episode of the Booth Podcast. My name is Ken, along with my co-host Dom. And today we have a special guest who's actually our friend, and his name happens to be
Nikko.
And I'm sorry, that was like really like abrupt. But yeah, man. So this is a special episode for those going through it. And if you're here, well, we're here for you. I hope. I guess.
Yes. I wanted to talk about heartbreak and how to get over it, or kind of just like talk about like getting you through your heartbreak, because I feel like this is the month of just like rainy days.
Yeah.
So I thought it would be a great way. And also a lot of people have already commented like how you get over heartbreak. So we're bringing that to you guys. So Ken's going to be asking us the questions because I've been in a long-term relationship in high school. And I know Nikko has too.
Yeah, me too. Like almost like 5 years. So
5
yeah.
years.
I've never been in a relationship, but I have my talking stages and my heartbreak, my fair share.
Yeah.
So I can't experience it to an extent, but that's fine. I still understand. But yeah, so the first thing I want to ask you guys, like, what's your breakup ritual?
Breakup ritual, I think I just listen to a bunch of sad songs. You ever have those moments where you're just walking through the day with the sad songs and you're like the main character?
Oh, all the time, bro. What?
Walking home is so sad.
Bro, every time I walk home at like from his house, right? Like 2, 3 in the morning, I put my sad music on. I'm like, pretend I just broke up with the girls. Like, yo, we went so wrong.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like listening to sad songs while driving is like really it hits different. Like,
no, that's true.
Yeah, I remember like 3 days after like we officially broke up, like, dude, driving, like I just didn't want to like go anywhere. I just want to drive in a straight line. It takes me until the gas just like runs out. But I think the first thing that I did was just like block everything, like no contacts whatsoever. And then from there on, like, you know, work out.
Yeah. Start going to the gym. I felt like I couldn't really even talk to anybody. I was just like, I'm going to just shut everyone out.
Yeah.
And like, it was really annoying because I was still like, it was in high school. And I wasn't in an all-boys school like you guys were. But
lucky.
So I had to, not really, here's where it's bad. I had to see my ex in the hallways. Yeah.
We had the teachers.
No, it's different.
I'm joking.
I had to see her like almost everywhere. Because there, you know, it was like around the middle of the year. So it's like we still had those crossways in the hallways. So I had to always bump into her and like, then she started seeing a new guy. So I had to see him too. So yeah, that was not the funnest. And I just like slowly turned into like the sad emo kid. Yeah.
So then what did you do after? So like, yeah, you guys broke up. Besides the ritual, like what was the first few steps you took to like try and get over it at least?
Dude, there was nothing. There was just like, you just sort of binge whatever you could do. You know what I mean? You kind of just like watch shows that give you comfort. Like, I watched a lot of Friends, How I Met Your Mother, just like to get through my days. The Office.
I love The Office.
I love The Office, dude. Yeah. And just like listening to all the sad songs throughout the night. Like I couldn't sleep. There were long nights of crying.
Wow. For me though, I think it was really hard because like, you know, you've been with this person for such a really long time. Yeah. They're part of your routine essentially, right? And so sometimes the worst parts is like when you're by yourself, like in your own thoughts, and like you feel like, you know, it's kind of end of the world. Like you've invested so much time and effort into this one person, and you kind of feel like it's gone. Like, you know, life hits you so fast. And so I think, going off of what Dom said, like binging just a lot of things, like sitting in my room watching Tagalog movies because those are my favorite. I love those romantic movies, and just like crying my eyes out. You know, it's
bro, crying is really soothing.
I love crying.
Like, listen, I know. For me, I thought crying was like weird. Like I didn't like crying, right? And one time, I know it's just a heartbreak, whatever. Right? I never got in a relationship, but there's this one girl, right? We talked for whatever, blah blah blah. I'm gonna get to the good part. So after we cut things off, right, I was like really fucking sad. I'm like, yo, I thought maybe we could have like gone somewhere, right? Bro, this is the most I ever cried about a girl. Wow. Bro, I was putting my sad music on. I thought my brother was in his room. I was in the living room, lights out, everything. Bro, I was on the floor crying. I was against my cabinet. I was on the couch. I was like, why am I crying so much, man? And bro, it was so bad, but it was like nice. I'm like, yo, I'm letting this out.
It is. It's really nice.
I have a vivid memory of like I was just so sad. Oh my gosh, I just got another memory. I was so sad. I don't know why I did this. I think Ken might have forgotten, but like I buzzed my hair.
I'm trying to remember.
What a weird hair choice. And then like I was really sad about it, and I asked my dad. My dad like he gave no fucks. I was like, Dad, what should I do? He's like, oh, you guys broke up? That's it. Move on. That's it. Done. He was just like that. He was just he's like, I know, like, you put a lot, like, because she was like my first real girlfriend.
Yeah.
He's like, I know you put your all into her, but once you break up, like, that's it. Like, you have to move on.
Yeah. No, it's true.
And I was, because he was just in his POV, like, his perspective was like, there's so many girls out there. And it's so easy to think that, yeah, there's so many girls out there, but like when you've thought about, marriage and thought about she's your soulmate, like there's a lot of time in the relationship to think those things, and for it to be cut off, like a part of your future that you looked forward to be cut off, ripped from you. It's like, oh, now what do I do? And you feel kind of like, in a way, purposeless, just because she was, your purpose at the time, and you were in high school. Like I was in high school.
Yeah.
So there was like, I wasn't looking forward to anything else but her throughout my days. So.
Damn.
Sorry, I got a little.
Yeah. Would you say you kind of like lost your identity a bit?
Oh, 100%. Because
I know it happens with a lot of people.
You know what's really funny? That was the reason for the breakup, is because she felt like she lost her identity. It was like the relationship was her identity.
Oh.
And so that kind of caught me off guard, because I was like, but that's the thing. We're in a relationship. It's you and me together. It's like, I don't mind if people were to see us that way. But for her, it was kind of like outside of you, who am I? And so I kind of just had to respect that. Like, obviously, initially, I was like super like deep hatred for this girl, and I was just like, I don't understand how you could just like throw something away. Like, we've been through so much shit, and only after 5 years you decide to give up now. Like, dude, I've been with you through hell. Yeah. And so, but later down the road, like, you reflect and you realize, like, you can't control someone, you can't control their emotions, you can't control what they're thinking. Like, the best thing you can do is just give your all. If that's not enough, then what can you do?
Right? Flip that.
So yeah, but that was a big thing for me. It's just like the whole identity thing. But yeah, man, I mean, you find yourself afterwards, right? So
I thought that part was like always like weird to me. Like, how do you lose your identity? You're you. Like, because I mean,
I was the same way.
Yeah, it was weird. I'm like, how, but then I realized other people, like, they start taking in what they do. Right? Let's say like you enjoyed this one thing, then she starts enjoying it too. And then once, like, you guys create that special emotional attachment to this one thing, and once, like, she pulls, or like whatever one pulls, like, oh, this has this meaning. I don't want, like,
she becomes like a personality trait.
Yeah.
You like, when you watch like a certain show, like let's say that you watch The Office, you do that one thing that Jim does where you look to the side and you kind of, he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Thank you. Someone gets my references for once. And so you kind of do the same thing. You sort of like the same food, like the same shows.
Yes.
And then now it's like something that you shared is now gone. And so it's like something that you only identified with her.
Yeah.
So now it's like you have to like it by yourself.
And that's hard. That's so hard, man.
So, and you also invest, like, they say that when you like break up, like, you just had your heart broken in two, and like a piece of yourself is now gone.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, bro, back to that identity for, two things together, whatever. Like, bro, I remember this one time over this one girl, same girl, right? I came from Don's because there was the day of, right? I was like, I wanted to try that night, right? Yeah. So we ate the fry that day.
I remember this day. This is not that long ago.
This is a story of how, like, I cried over chicken.
No way.
Because chicken?
Hear me out.
Okay.
So basically, like, so we have the fried chicken, right? And I brought it home. So then I'm like, okay, I'm sad. Let me just eat, right? It's like 1 a.m. So I did this thing with her, right? So we'd be on FaceTime, we'd eat, and I'd pretend, like, do this little gesture, but like, oh, like, pretend she's gonna bite it. Or just go, right? Leave me alone. and then, bro, my phone was right there. I was about to eat. I look at my phone, bro. I dropped my chicken. I cried. My tears were on my chicken. I'm like, I'm like, damn, man, come on.
Every girl that's eating ice cream crying. Ken's version is chicken.
Bro, I'm like, I'm enjoying it, but it's so painful. And dude, I love that memory. It's so funny to me.
Wow. So what happened after mine was, like, because I think I brought it up in a previous podcast. I don't know if it got uploaded yet or not, but it was like my ex didn't like me having girl streaks on my streaks.
Oh yeah.
Right. So I had to cut off a lot of, like, girl friends that I had on Snapchat. And then thus, like, there was also a time where I would play basketball with my homies, and certain girls would be there too. and she was jealous of that. So I had to cut off like going to play ball with my friends, and I wasn't hanging out with my friends as much. My whole identity became I'm the dude with this girl.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind, right? Because I was like this is my girlfriend. So I didn't have a lot of friends to rely on after.
Yeah.
So once we broke up, I just see my friends hanging out, like going out to eat places, and no one checked on me.
Wow.
No one checked on me, and I didn't feel like I had anyone to really talk to.
Yeah.
And my little brother, like he's like the closest I would have had. He was too young to understand.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just see like my best friend in high school hang out with these other guys, and I was like, all right, cool. Now once he didn't check on me once until like after like we've moved on, sort of. I still had that like resentment. So like I never really had any conclusion or resolution for those things. Damn, that's why I feel like I don't think guys can vent to other guys. I feel like us guys kind of vent more to girls than we do to guys.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Only reason why is because it's just easier to vent to girls.
Yeah, you know? I think when you vent to guys just go like, "Yo, fuck that bitch."
Yeah, like
screw her, bro.
Yeah, to some extent.
Yeah, because they want to. I know some. It's not all guys, right, that do that.
Yeah.
But it's like guys, they're just like, "Yo, fuck her." Yeah, blah blah blah. Like they're trying to make you stronger. Yeah. Like I get it, but I'm like, I wanna.
You wanna be sad.
Yeah, I wanna like let me be human. Yeah. Right.
I think it's different. Like, okay, if we're talking about like venting to guys, I think there's two different types of guys you can vent to: the ones that haven't been in a relationship and the ones that have been in a relationship. Because for me, it's like if I talk to other guys that are in current relationships right now, it's a different like advice that they give you versus someone who hasn't been or is single.
Yeah.
So so the first time that I actually broke up with my ex, I was obviously heartbroken, but I had friends that like would check up on me and stuff, and I would consult like my friends that were in a relationship, and they would tell me like, dude, it's gonna work out, it's fine, like, you know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out, but if, you know, like, again, going back to what I said earlier, it's like the best thing you can do is just like, you know, give it your all or whatever. And it was never like, oh, fuck her, like, you know, you could do so much better. It was kind of just like, just wait to see where things go. If she's officially done with you, then that's when you move on. But until then, it's just like, you know, what can you really do, right? So yeah, I was really fortunate to have like a lot of people like check up on me when I broke up with my ex. You know, shout out to Gene. That guy listened to me cry every day for like almost like 2 months straight. Like great guy, man.
Yeah, respect to Gene, bro.
Weirdly enough, I didn't talk to friends about it. This is really weird. I talked to teachers about it.
Oh.
Yeah, no, there was some teachers that I had that were just really they really liked me. You know, they really looked at me as like, oh, this kid's going through it, like I want to talk to him. And they're very nice about it. And one of the teachers gave me this advice where it's like, what did you miss about it? Did you miss the late FaceTime calls? Like, what was it? Fill in that void with like, you know, talking to a friend at night or talking, right? Because when my teacher had her hard breakup at the time, she would just talk to her sister on FaceTime to replace what was there before. So whatever you guys used to do together, try to fill that with something else, like with somebody else. That's good, yeah. I never really followed that advice, but it's good advice. It's good advice. Yeah. Right? Like if anything, the only thing I filled it in was the gym. Like I didn't really fill it in with anything else, just because those things felt too like close to the chest.
Yeah,
you know
that's
what
right.
I mean? So I never really tackled those things again. Do you still like follow your ex?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, like the first day we broke up, dude, I was gone. Like, blocked on everything, unfollowed. Like, I didn't want no connections. I mean, the only thing that I had that was like connected to her was maybe like a couple of her friends. Yeah. But I mean, they slowly but surely started unfollowing me too. So, I mean, yeah, like I stopped checking up on her after the official like breakup or whatever. Just because, I mean, if you don't want to be with me, what's the point of me checking on you? To be honest, right? Like, again, like, what else do you want from me? Like at that point, right?
I don't mean that, but if you still have them in your contact and everything, like Instagram and everything, you're kind of purposely hurting yourself. Yeah. Like, you know, like you're just stabbing yourself deeper. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like, you know, you shouldn't, but your mind tends to just do it. Yeah. Right? Because you just want to see them. You want to, because you miss everything about them because, part of you and everything.
I still follow my exes. Not the one I was in a long-term relationship with, but the other ones that were short-term. Because I was like, in my head, I'm like, I don't really care. Yeah. I don't think they care enough. Like, it's not that deep to, you know, but the ex that I had a long relationship with, I did not mind because like I wanted to kind of show that I can do better.
Yeah.
Like I could still like quote unquote win the breakup.
Yeah. Oh,
right?
Yeah.
But that's just not true.
Yeah.
And then at some point, I remember just like, oh, she unfollowed me.
Mm-hmm.
She like, yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess we're doing this.
Yeah.
So then I unfollowed her too. I was like, it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, this is off topic, but like, do you still keep photos of your ex? On your
No.
I don't think you should
no.
ever.
I think after like when you stop, when your first initial thought is not your ex, then it's the right time to like take everything. I think you should delete everything right away, but I'm saying like when is the right time to like move forward? Is like when you don't have them as your first initial thought in the day.
Okay.
Because you know how you like when you wake up in the morning, it's like, oh, I'm gonna say good morning.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, instead of like that, when you guys break up, it's like, okay, I'm not thinking about her anymore.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking about what I'm gonna do today.
That's a lot of time to delete photos.
That's a lot. Oh my gosh, dude!
Just imagine like
Snapchat too. Like it's
that's
everything.
worse. That's
right?
worse.
that one is like impossible.
Because Snapchat has tons, right? And then there's the
Dude,
camera roll.
all the memories that I get from my Snapchat, like, oh, you did this on this day, and it's with
This is
that
like
girl,
2-3 years ago.
I just want to like throw it out, like.
Yeah, dude. I was like, I'm too lazy, so I'm just making a new Snapchat account.
Oh, okay. I should probably do that too.
That's smart.
Start fresh. Start fresh.
At least in that time, you can think of a better username.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
That's true.
You
That's
can change it now, though.
Oh, you can?
Yeah, you can change it.
Oh
now.
shit, bro! Whatever. I kept mine cool. Mine was just like really simple.
crazy.
Like,
Yeah,
I wasn't
yeah.
like XX nerdy something whatever blah blah blah.
Nice.
Damn.
Did you like block your ex or did you just unfollow?
No, blocked.
Oh,
like,
blocked.
Yeah, like I blocked of everything. Like every single social media platform that I could think of, even Facebook, man.
Oh wow.
I took everything off. Yeah.
I mean
So-
that's good because like I feel like to find peace, cut off whatever doesn't find you peace because it's. Imagine me. It's easy for me to stumble upon her in the hallway. Now social media is just like everything's like story, like the relevance, and like the top of the feed. Like it just the algorithm is really it's too good sometimes.
They're
You know what I
listening
mean?
to you, man.
They really are. So.
All right, then what comes after deleting, cutting off your contact and everything?
I think replacing what you used to love with a hobby that you want to learn to love.
Yeah, like you need to like distract yourself. Like it seems kind of bad that you're avoiding the problem initially, but I mean, distracting again, going off like working out, just finding new hobbies and stuff. Like, dude, you can't go wrong going that route.
Yeah.
And
I mean, man, look, this dude's jacked.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Yeah. I remember when I followed you recently, you like posted like from I think it was 2020,
Yeah.
2021.
Yeah.
That transformation was crazy, dude.
Yeah. And it's crazy because we were still together while I was going through my transformation. So that's why I was like, what is going on? Why do you want to leave me now? I haven't even reached my potential yet.
Wow.
I don't understand, right? And so
Haven't met my peak.
no, seriously.
I'm like, all right, I'm gonna drop you, bro.
Yeah, no, seriously. I was like, whoa, like, why are you like doing this to me now? Like,
I mean, thank you.
Yeah, and I don't know. Hey, maybe that could have been the reason why.
Because you were focusing more on the gym.
Could be. It could
Maybe,
be.
yeah.
It's like
maybe.
starting to feel like a little insecure that like, hey, this dude is doing something with his life at this current moment. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Right, so
I had a lot of those too.
Yeah, and I thought about that for the longest time. I'm like, there's no way like someone could be mad at me for trying to better myself, right? So,
Damn.
yeah, that was a really when I like looking back, I was like, wow, like I can't believe she left me in the middle,
Yeah.
the middle of the cut, bro.
Her loss.
Hold up, man.
Loss.
Damn.
Yeah.
Dude, that's like a villain origin story.
Villain origin story. Yes.
But he went the opposite way. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool.
You have Clark Kent over here.
No,
You'll put
Yeah.
glasses on him. You good? I mean, you're in red already.
stop this.
Might
Stop
as
this.
well.
Oh wait. Superman's blue, right?
Yeah, blue.
He has a
with
red cape.
Okay.
the-
Fair.
Ken,
Okay.
superheroes are not Ken's forte. It's okay.
Yeah, it's not. It's Pokemon.
Yo, I love Pokemon. Bro. I
Oh.
recently got into it.
Oh,
like,
did I?
like collecting.
Oh
ones.
yeah.
But,
I see your
like,
video. I see your videos.
Yeah.
I saw.
Yeah.
I think it's really important that even though you might not get into the habits that'll like kind of help you learn to love yourself, it's okay to have some guilty pleasure ways of coping.
Of course.
I know it might be a weird way of wording that, but like some guilty pleasures, like for me, I had like was watching movies, like sad movies. You know, that helped me. Like any guilty pleasures, ways of coping.
Yeah. For me, bro, I went heavy on social media, like posting every single day, like.
Oh,
Like, and it's funny because looking back, I was like, why did I do that? That was so cringe. Like, just posting on my stories that I'm working out every day, just posting like, whatever it is that I'm wearing. And I'm like
showing what she's missing out.
Yeah, exactly. And it was just like, I was so like, I don't know. I was so vengeful. Like I was like you messed up. Like
I did that too. I can't lie. I think now that you bring that up,
yeah,
I'm having flashbacks. I did that so much, dude. Like I remember like this is how me and Ken's friendship like really started. Was like he was helping me through my breakup at the time. So we went to downtown. We just took like a bunch of pictures. And I was posting on my story of like me starting back into martial arts, just like a bunch of different things. And like I would post a lot of my spam. Just like venting. It was like kind of like a journal entry type of thing, right?
Yes.
Where you kind of just like, because I couldn't really vent to anybody, so I was just venting on social media to people who would care to even read.
Yeah.
Dude.
And sometimes it backfires on you, right? Because like some people would be like, yo, like, what are you doing? Like,
dude, it was so annoying. People were just like, okay, I get it though. They were like, some people just didn't understand the pain. So they're just like, bro, why are you all of a sudden just being so motivational? Like it's so cringy.
Yeah.
And then like they would read my post back to me. I was like, yeah, I relax. Relax.
Did you post quotes?
Yeah, I did. I posted quotes. Wow. That's why.
Yeah.
So they would quote me on the quote. I was like, dude, going through something. Relax.
So that's funny, bro.
Oh, it's funny? I'm glad.
I'm sorry. Just no, the quote part's funny. The quote part. Because sometimes they're really cringy.
Oh, super cringe, man.
Yeah, but you're like, yo,
in the
so
moment,
meaningful, like, blah, blah, blah. I don't know, off topic, but it's like, it reminds me of like back in like high school when people would like search up a quote for the caption on Instagram.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Like, work hard or something like that. Like, yo, I'm out here grinding. Grinding what?
Yeah, or song lyrics.
Song lyrics.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, that's funny, bro.
Yeah, no, that happened. And I would post a lot on my story just to kind of like, like you said, show her what she's missing. But like, again, win the breakup.
Yeah.
Do you think anyone wins the breakup?
To be honest, I don't really know. Like,
I don't really know.
I say yes.
I think I wouldn't like say it win. I would say someone's living better. Like someone's having a better life. Like they're evolving.
Okay. You put it like, yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Like for me, I was not winning. I tried winning.
Yeah.
Because at the time when we had broken up, it was like fresh. I was going to the Vaughan Film Festival, which was a festival I made because I made a film.
Yeah.
And, you know, we were eating nice, eating for free. I saw my face on the screen. I was like, oh, shit, we out here.
Yeah.
And then there were these, this is going to sound so petty. She had my Instagram account.
Oh. Right?
So she still had my Instagram account at the time. And I had a boys chat, like, because we were all playing Fortnite at the time. It was like 2018. This is very petty. I'm just disclaimer, very petty.
Yeah.
There were these girl filmmakers there, and they had made a film, and I thought it was really good. So I was like, you know, as a way of, you know, appreciating them, I'm gonna go take a picture with them, right? So I took a picture with them. And my boy sent it to the group chat.
Yeah.
And she saw that, and it was like a way. I was like, I knew she had my account.
Yeah.
So it was very petty. Very, very petty.
Okay, it's so funny because you say that. So she doesn't obviously have my account because I blocked her. But her friends follow me.
Yeah.
So they're gonna see this.
Yeah. This is actually so bad. But I remember the first couple months, I would scroll through the people that would look at my story and wait for those certain friends to look at my shit, right? And just be like, yo, like I know you see me. Like I know you see me.
Yes.
And it's so bad. Like obviously, like I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
But at the time I was just like, what the hell am I doing? Like, what do I care so much? Like, what this girl thinks about what I'm doing right now? Like, it was really bad. It was a really bad time.
Really, really bad time. You get really toxic. Like a lot of the bad things that, like, in you come out, and it's really bad. Like that's why when I think about it, I'm like, oh my god, why'd I do that? What a bad time. Like it was like my lowest.
Yeah,
you know
I'd say
it was
so.
definitely my lowest.
I mean, it makes sense because you're your lowest. You'll try anything to like get better, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm actually curious to know, like, how did you guys like fend off like all those like thoughts about them? Like, because you've had those thoughts where like I want to get back with this person, right? How were you able to like not go into that, like actually cave into the idea?
Dating apps.
Oh, you dating apps? Really?
Yo,
actually, that kind of helps. I ain't gonna lie, my friends
it's so bad. But I remember like I think it was 2 weeks after we broke up. Like I started hopping like Hinge and Tinder, but not because I wanted to do anything. I just wanted the validation. Like I can pull anyone that I wanted.
Yeah.
And so, but it was so bad because like these girls that would generally want to talk to me, like they didn't know that I was just doing this. For myself, like I didn't want to be in a relationship with you. I don't want to talk to you. Like I could care less, right? And it's so bad. It's so bad, but it's the truth. Like that's what I did.
No,
right?
I get you. That's
get it.
valid. That's valid.
And then like, and it's, you know, like I talk to my boys about it, and they're like, "Yo, I don't know. I don't think you're addressing the problem properly. Like, you're just like you're coping, but it's the wrong way to cope, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you guys have done.
No, I didn't do dating apps, but like I did like date. You know what I mean? Like I did go like, I didn't settle for less, but you know, like after trying with these other girls, I realized I was like, oh, dude, this is not helping me. Like I'm like if I'm this much down the line of like I've been through this girl, then this girl, and I'm still thinking about my ex, this is really bad. Like not like it's clearly not working.
Yeah, for sure.
So then I was like, I mean, I know that I can pull. Right, it's knowing that I'm good enough for someone good for me. Yeah, you know that I have to like stop just jumping. Yeah, you know I'm gonna wait for the right person now.
Of course, yeah.
And I think like at first it was like I did do these other relationships and it still didn't help. But then after a while, when I realized okay, I need to learn what's better for me. Yeah, that's when I started going, oh, never mind. I don't need to think about my ex because I love me now. You know, so that's what happened. Yeah.
Do you think it's still okay to be in love with your ex?
You go first.
Okay, I think it depends on how much time has been since the breakup, right? Because for me, like I was still, you know, even after how many times I tried, I was still like in love with that person. But I think it's acknowledging that you're in love with who they were and not who they are now. Yeah. You know, like the person that I was in love with, like, of course, when I look back at the memories, that's like way back. Yeah. The person that she is now is clearly not the person I love. You know what I mean? So I think it's still okay, but acknowledging that who they once were is not who they are now.
Okay. Personally speaking, again, I would say it also depends. You can still be in love with your ex if you're single. If you're not single,
right.
There's no way in hell you should be thinking about another relationship if you're really still in love with your like ex.
100%.
Because not only are you hurting yourself, you're gonna hurt the next girl that you're trying to, you know, get into a relationship with.
Would you say that's technically emotional cheating?
Yeah, 100%. Have you heard of that?
No.
Really? Emotional cheating, like there's like physical cheating, but then there's emotional where it's like, let's say you're in a relationship and you slowly start to have feelings for another person. Yeah, that's emotional cheating.
Dang.
Yeah. You never heard that?
No, I've never heard.
Oh shit. Yeah. Well, now you know.
There you go. I think it's okay to still love your ex because I mean they were a significant chapter in your life. It's like, you know, especially if they were your first love, it's okay to still love them and care about them. Yeah. You know, wishing them happiness in the future, but not in love. I think love, being like loving and being in love is totally two different ways of loving a person.
Yeah. And like you were mentioning about like time, right? And like you said, give enough time, but like what is enough time to you?
That's a good question. There's no like estimated time. Yes, they say that, you know, it takes like half the relationship time.
That's crazy.
Right? Like say you went for a year, it takes like 6 months to like, or something like something really stupid like that.
Like, what happened to me then? What happened to me? Like see the whole time thing, it's very I don't know how to put it, but it's like it's very difficult to kind of like, I guess, like understand like how people tell me like, oh, you can't be in another relationship because it hasn't been X amount of times yet, right?
Yeah.
Like for perspective, like my first ex-girlfriend, when we broke up, it only took me 2 weeks to get into my next one. That lasted almost 5 years. And then 3 months later, I'm already in another relationship, right? So although time is one of the factors of like moving on, I think it's new people, like meeting new people is what's gonna lead you to healing. Right. So when you meet new people, like you discover that like, you know what, like there's other people out there that are going to value me. And so then that's when you realize like, okay, like I know my worth, and therefore like I shouldn't sit back and like sulk and like reminisce about the past and like what I could have done and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I remember I always told myself like when one door closes, another one's gonna open. So even if for now it seems like it's the end of the world, like it doesn't mean that eventually that you'll find someone that you'll be happy with.
Of course.
Oh my God. Like you said, what happened to me? I don't know. Like, I don't know. After my first girlfriend, not my first real, I wouldn't count her as like my first real girlfriend, but my first girlfriend in high school. I remember after we broke up, like I was best friends with my next one after. So it didn't take me that long. But then after the long-term girlfriend, I don't know what happened there. Like after that happened, it took way too long to move on. Like a little too long, a little too long. And then after I had a recent ex, I was cool right after. Yeah. I told see, this is the difference, right? Long-term relationships take a lot longer to heal from. Yeah. Short-term, I was like, bro, I'm in the gym already. I was already grocery shopping, ready to get ready
back on track. You were a distraction to me.
Yeah, Ken was just like, bro, like
I'll be here for you.
I'll be here for you, and I was like,
it's gonna hit you in a couple months.
Yeah, he thought it was gonna like really hit me after. And I
was like right here. I'm like waiting. Like you're gonna fall yet?
And I was like, no, bro. Like when are we hanging out? Like I'm good. So like it depends on also how long the relationship has been.
Based on how long, like during your healing process, how do you view the world differently after a breakup? Is it like
it's so sad, dude? Everything is sad. Everything is upsetting. But again, it also depends. If you're in a short term, dude, everything is freaking amazing.
Yeah,
you're free. You're free after that. You're like, oh, all right, what's next? What am I gonna do? Life is like full of wonders, right? That's the two different perspectives, right? Like long term, it's like, oh my gosh, the world is full of wonders, and then the other side is like, wow, like it's good, it's full of wonders.
Yeah, I think I was the same way too. Like I think coming out of the relationship, I just hated everything. Like I didn't want anybody to like talk to me about the relationship. I blame myself for the most part because I was looking back like, what could I have done? Like, why didn't I see the signs sooner? I could have done something to change it and stuff like that. And then days pass and you're just like, it's not my fault. Like, what? How is it my fault? How is it my fault? Like, I did everything I could for you, right? But unless you do that, then you can't really it's harder to come to that conclusion that I did nothing wrong. And so, if she wanted to leave me, that was her choice and I'm not going to stop her. Damn. Right? But yeah, I just wanted to stay in my room and just cry all day.
It's okay. I think saying that, being able to say that is such a maturing feeling.
Yeah.
Just being able to say, yeah, I had a lot of nights where I cried.
Yeah.
It's now it comes full circle. It was a very dark place for sure after. And then you realize how many possibilities there are now for your life.
Yeah.
And it's scary, but also intriguing in a way.
Yeah.
Because
why is it scary?
Scary because you imagine a long-term relationship. You're thinking that, wow, there's so many things that we're gonna do in the future. I'm gonna marry this girl, we're gonna have kids.
Yeah.
You freaking name the kids. You freaking plan out the wedding, all these different things. Yeah. And then all of a sudden it gets ripped away from you. Nope, that's not your future now. You got to figure it out now.
Yeah, you got to start again from square one all over again.
Yeah, the path that you once thought was able to take, it's now it's not there for you. So that's the scary part.
Yeah.
It's something stable is gone now. Damn. Yeah, your security blanket is ripped away from you.
I got a question though. Okay, so your longest relationship, right? Did you guys end mutually or was it bad?
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how much I can go into detail without
overview, general overview.
General overview. I had assumptions that she was talking to another guy.
Okay.
And assumptions were correct. And then I was just I think I deserve better than that. So you know what I mean? I was I don't want to be a second option or an option. For sure, yeah. I was I don't want to be an option in general.
Yeah, absolutely.
I should be number one. So I was really heartbroken about that because when you spend so much time with somebody, it's either give me the respect that you'll just break up with me, instead of me having to find out from people that you're talking to somebody else. It's not cool. I think we were there long enough for you to be mature about it, to be yeah, I'm not feeling this anymore. I like somebody else. I think that was the way I wish it happened.
Yeah.
Would I still have taken it better? No, I probably wouldn't have. But it's I would look at it better in retrospect. You know what I mean? So
okay.
we just had a really quick point that it was like really fun.
It's kind of juicy. I'm like,
so with mine,
yeah,
the reason that she would say that we broke up was because she wanted to work on herself. That she wanted to focus on herself. And then for me, just a few days later, I see like her with the new guy.
That is fucked up.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah, see, that's fucked up because like in my last relationship, I wanted closure. That like I wanted to know that you didn't love me anymore, right? And so when I asked her that, she told my boy later on like, oh yeah, whatever it is that I told him, like I didn't mean it, I still love him. 2 weeks later, bro, trying to find someone else, and I was like, I broke up with you for you.
Yeah.
Not that I wanted to break up with you. Like obviously, I started feeling sad because I started noticing that things weren't the way that they were.
Yeah.
But I wanted to break up with you so you could get better, so you could work on yourself. And the fact that you're trying to get back into the dating game or trying to, you know, like hook up and all that stuff is the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Like I could have just stayed with you then. Like what? Like give me a like a proper like conclusion or like proper answer as to why you don't want to be in this long-term relationship anymore. Am I not good enough? Are you looking for something that I can't provide? Like give me something that I could tell people like this is the reason why she broke up with me. Not the you're not the problem, it's not you, it's me type shit, right? I hate that. Like I need a proper answer.
Like just tell the fucking truth, man. Like, it's gonna hurt either way, but like there's nothing wrong with telling someone like, I don't love you, or like I just don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Like you genuinely don't, just say it.
Yeah.
Bro, if you have feelings for another dude, just
exactly.
Say it,
if you want to experience other things, just say that.
Exactly,
right?
Bro.
I really wanted that.
Yeah.
I'm totally on board with you guys.
Yeah.
But then at some point, I like, you know, all the motivational posts come in and they go, you're not going to get the closure that you want.
No,
which is true.
Yeah.
Which is true. And it's like one of the toughest pill to swallow is that you're not going to get the closure that you wanted. And I never did. Even if we, like me and my ex talked again, like a few months after the breakup.
Yeah.
Never got it. You know, we started talking again and it was funny because like she and I were talking as if we were back together, even though she was with this other guy. Have you had this where it's like you're talking with her, catching up again, and then all of a sudden you guys fight as if you guys were a couple again? Have you ever talked to your ex or no? Like after?
Outside of the 2 weeks, no, I have not contacted her ever since.
Okay.
I literally on my phone it literally says don't answer. Like
that's
the name, yeah.
Well, we were me and my ex were talking after, which is not healthy on my end. I should not have done that. But we were talking after the breakup, and then it got to a point where it's like, I don't know. I was like, what the fuck? Why are we fighting?
Yeah.
I like looked at him like, we're not together. Stop fighting with me. It's been a few months. Like I'm doing good. Why are you're doing good? What are we fighting about? And it's like there's so many unresolved conflicts in our relationship or in our past relationship that we're still like we still felt. So it was like, okay, this is enough reason for me to know it was best that we were broken up. But I did not take it that way. I was really bad, and I took it as, oh, she still loves me.
Oh.
Because if you think about it, like, why are you bringing up unresolved conflicts? Right? Yeah. There's a juicier part to that story, but I'm not for the podcast, because just out of respect for their relationship, because they're still together, which I applaud for. I think that's really good. I'm happy for them.
That's good.
I really am.
That's good, man.
I don't want to. I'm gonna be the bigger person and not bring out the details. Because I don't want to ruin their relationship. It's great. But do you think it's okay to still be friends with an ex?
I think not. Because like I feel like, okay, in your case, right, where you have those like little like I don't know what you want to call it, little flings or something. I don't know.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Those really short-term relationships. Yeah. I think that's okay because you guys don't have history. Like a couple months is whatever, right? But like if I were to still be friends with my ex, dude, that would be a sticky situation. Like,
that's fair.
Because the way that I saw her, it was like, I wanted to marry this girl. Yeah. And now that she's just like a friend, like, what's a friend?
Yeah. What is a friend,
dude? Friend, right? Like, and
you can't start off as strangers again.
No, you can't. Yeah. There's too much,
foundation.
Yeah, foundation. It's like that TikTok sound. I don't know if you guys know the TikTok sound. It's like we're strangers now, but with memories or something like that.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
And it's like, shut the fuck up. So yeah, no, for me, like, I think it's maybe like in the future, but that's like pushing it though. That's like, nah, I have no intentions of like becoming friends with
maybe if we're old and you have kids already, like sure,
maybe, but but even then, that's like some Best of Me. Have you seen Best of Me?
Yeah, I've seen Best of Me.
Yeah, see, it's like you meet in the future again and then you guys fall back in love. Like, nah, bro.
Oh,
Best of Me is my girl's favorite movie.
I love Best of Me.
I love Best of Me too. Yeah.
I need to watch that.
But yeah, what about you though?
I don't think so. I even the short relationships that I had, the short term ones, I'm not friends with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think it's cool. Cause why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah, I'm the same.
There's no point really. But yeah.
I mean, I guess I would say no. To me, the whole foundation part, you you can't just see them like you're a friend, you're a stranger. You can't like no.
Oh, you can't, man.
I wanted like everything with you. Like nah, yeah. I feel like though if I when I have an ex and that happens, right? Like I'm not gonna want to. Like, dude, I get too emotionally attached. I'm like, I know what's gonna happen to me, right?
You're not gonna have an ex, bro. You're gonna find the one and you're gonna marry her, bro.
Oh, dude, I'm sorry. I hate hearing the one now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's just so annoying to me now.
I don't like it either.
Really?
Like, ooh.
There's
yeah. I'm sorry. When you talk about the one or like the whole perfect wedding part in like relationship, it kind of like it's hopeful, but hope hurts when you're in a heartbreak.
It does. Do you guys believe in soulmates?
I'd like to think so. I used
to believe in soulmates only because like there are a lot of imperfect marriages. You know, those were people that also believed in this person was their soulmate. So, and you know,
it's hard.
It depends on a lot about your childhood. You know, your influences.
Yeah.
You know what your love influence was. No, there was just too many moments where I was like, I did believe in love, but then like I saw where it was not perfect. Because soulmate sounds too perfect. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I feel like anybody could be like practically your soulmate, man. You just have to make it work. You got to compromise. You just got to figure out like how you guys fit with one another. And like anyone can be your soulmate, to be honest.
Oh, y'all fucking me up now.
Right? Anyone.
I'm kind of realizing it.
And if you also think about it, like how many best friends do you have?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And how many best friends you can have for a long-term period of time, and then after that, cut off, and then it's like nothing, and then you have another best friend. It's almost the same thing.
Man.
Okay, so I don't believe in soulmates anymore.
It happens with girls too, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, oh fuck.
Yeah, it's
sorry. This is like just hitting me. I'm like,
yeah.
Shit. I mean, you're right. I mean, I guess it's better to have someone compliment you, right? You guys know what I mean by that, right?
Yeah, like they fit the gaps.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like a puzzle piece, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. But there's a lot of puzzle pieces in a puzzle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the tough part.
Yeah.
All right, so I got a question for both of you. I'm very curious. So a lot of people do this. Should you enter a hoe phase or fuckboy phase right after a breakup?
I think it's not wrong, but I don't think you should. Like from my conscience, I can't.
Yeah.
I'm the same, bro.
But like, you know, hot girl summer, hot boy summer, go ahead, man. Do your thing, bro. Like at this point, it's like you are still young. You have a lot to experience. And like, I mean, if widows can still go out on dates, so can you. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
there's nothing wrong with experience and experimenting.
Yeah. I think hoe phase, like a lot of like majority of the people that do that is, dude, it's for validation, bro. I don't see.
True.
That's fair.
I don't see no other purpose other than you trying to, you know, hook up with all these people that you come across with, other than the fact that it's like, yo, I can do this. Like, I don't need someone to tell me or to make me feel validated. Like I can do whatever I want, right? So for me, like, yeah, obviously I'm very against like hooking up and stuff like that, like after like a breakup. But I mean, yeah, if the time comes, the time comes, man. Like, you know.
Yeah, in my head, it's like it shows what kind of partner you were.
Yeah.
You know, like for example, me, like it didn't sit right with me that my ex jumped into another relationship right after, but it just shows like where they stand in the relationship. Like, you know, I won the I love you more. You know what I'm talking about? Like, that's how it feels. But it, you know, do your thing. I support it.
Yeah.
I'm not like I'm not against it. It's just not what I would do.
Yeah. Fair.
I don't think it's, if you're trying to be living like a very mature type of like way of looking at things, then don't do it. But you know,
and like I can't be mad if, you know, my ex decides to go in her whole phase, because bro, you could do the same thing if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you have the same opportunity. You guys are both single. Exactly. But it's, again, going back to the consciousness part, right? It's like I just can't do it. I can't do it. I can't get with someone unless I have feelings for them. I feel you. Unless I want to get in a relationship with someone, I'm not going to entertain. It doesn't sit right with me, right? Because I always date to marry. That's my thing.
Facts, yeah.
And so when I'm faced with like a situation where it's like, oh, like it's just like a little hookup thing, like, dude, I'll get too attached to even think about that stuff. So yeah, no, I kind of against it.
I have another thing. It's not okay to have a security blanket for a person.
What do you mean?
To string along that person that's been waiting for you, or to string along someone that clearly has feelings for you.
Like the person on the hook.
Yeah, there's people that are left on the hook, as we say. So like, let's say someone has interest in you, and then you kind of keep them along, like, oh yeah, like I like you, but I'm not ready for a relationship.
Yeah.
There are people there are times that I think I've seen where people kind of like, yeah, I like this girl, like, I think she has interest in me, like we go out, but she's not planning on being with you because she just got out of a relationship.
Yeah.
So the rebound.
But you're not the rebound though.
No.
Like you're the security blanket.
Yeah,
because
the void filler.
The void filler. That's what you are, right? Because as much as
that was me. I was a void filler, bro.
Chill.
Oh, whoops. Was I talking about you?
I don't know. You're talking about. Like,
I remember somebody like that was like stuck on the hook.
Dang. So you're a rebound with no play.
Yo, you're not on the podcast anymore, man.
No, I'm not saying like for you specifically, bro. No.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
But it's like, yeah, that's what you're saying, right? Essentially, you're a dude or a girl that someone is trying to keep on the sidelines, but you don't get to touch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad. Now you gotta like wake up if you're in that situation.
You're the teammate they don't pass to, you know?
I'm hoping. You're like the one video, the one picture, like, you know, this guy's about to go for a layup. A kid in the corner just jumps.
Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's tough, man. I feel bad if someone's out there like that.
Dude, the void filler sucks. Being the void filler sucks.
And don't allow yourself to be that person where it's like, oh, this person just got a relationship. Oh, I think I have a chance. And then they take a while to start to learn how to be able to commit again. And then you're just kind of like, again, sitting on the sidelines, waiting, hoping.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I'm next. I know that feeling all too good, bro. I know that feeling way too well.
And you're not next. Yeah.
And then she goes for
have
another
respect
dude.
for yourself, king, queen. Don't do that.
Yeah, you need to find your value, man.
Oh, dude, I do now.
Yeah,
that's good. That's
good. Bro. This year I'm like, yo, I'm different. We had to talk about this.
We did have a talk.
Yeah.
Ken doesn't chase, he attracts.
Yes, that's a very good mindset.
Yo, any Nikko's followers, you know, maybe single. Yo, I'm 27. I make at least like $20 every day. No, I'm chilling. Yeah, bro. At least I know my value now.
You should.
That takes me to the next one. Actually, is after some point after a breakup, there's a point of reflection. And I think it's important to be very realistically like reflective on the relationship, because there's a lot of good and, you know, it's nice to look back on, but it's a lot of bad too. Yeah. You got to remember why you broke up.
Yes.
Right? Everything happens for a reason. This breakup happened. That's why you still have those, like, you probably still have those fights like I did. Yeah. You know, even though we thought like she was living her best life, I was living my best life, we still fought as if we were a couple again.
Yeah.
And that just was my reminder, like, oh, right, we broke up for a reason.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's also important to look back with the good. Like, as much as, like, yes, the relationship was good at some points, you got to remember that you were good as a partner.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And you deserve to treat someone just as good as you did to her, to someone else, or even yourself. Yeah. Because sometimes we think, oh, like, I fucked up so bad, and I can't have a relationship again, but it's not true. If you had a lot of successful moments in that relationship, you could have a lot more when you look back at all the bad that you could fix and then do better in the next one.
That's a very good point, because with the whole reflection thing, like, I actually got a good opportunity to like reflect with my current girlfriend now. So like we talked about like our exes and just like how the relationship went, where we could have done better and things that we're looking to avoid in our current relationship now. And honestly, like, it helps a lot, because like, you know now exactly what you're looking for and what you deserve.
Yeah.
And so like, don't settle for anything less.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, have a lot of respect for yourself to go out and find someone better.
Yeah.
Also because, like, for example, if you're getting out of a relationship in high school, like you guys are kids, bro.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's not the end of the world.
No, it's not. It's not.
You guys are so young, bro. Like adult relationships are so much more.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't have enough experience in high school in a relationship, it might be difficult to like kind of have these learning curves now. I'm not trying to discourage anyone that hasn't been in a relationship in high school or anything.
Wow, don't stare at me, bro. Stare at the camera.
But I'm saying like there's a lot of important learning curves that you've experienced that you can now take on to your next relationships, which is very maturing when you look back on.
Yeah. And like if you're in high school in a relationship and you're going through a rough time right now, like it's not the end of the world. Like when you're young, you could take more risks. Like that applies to any aspect of your life, right? Like it doesn't have to be just in relationships. Like you could do so many hobbies and all that stuff and just figure out what you like. But when you're an adult, it's like there's more risk. Like you're trying to start your own family, you're trying to settle down.
Yeah.
It gets harder and harder like later on in life. Like I mean, like me even saying that is crazy. I'm only 23 years old. Like who am I to say all this stuff, right? But it's like if you just like just take a step back, it's like, dude, like you're what, 15, 16, 17, even 18 years old. Yeah. Your life hasn't even started yet. Right?
And you have so much more planned in the future, bro.
Yeah, exactly. It's just, I mean, it does suck. Like you, again, like you love this one person, they don't love you back, or the same way that you want them to love you back. And so, you know, life goes on.
Yeah, life does go on.
Yeah.
When you realize like how many people will love you probably even more than the other person that you just had too, right? Like one thing that you have to think about is if it didn't work with someone else, imagine how it will be with someone perfect for you. Like someone that just knows you better.
Yeah.
You know, the one, as they say. Right? Just because it doesn't work with them, imagine how much better it will be when you meet the one. So I've had that feeling too.
Yeah.
So okay, you mentioned that you're in like almost 5-year relationship.
5 years,
How long did it take you to like fully accept it? How long do you think a normal person should take to accept, you know, after a breakup?
That's a very loaded question, man.
Yeah, I know. Sorry.
Okay, for personally speaking, I started to like accept the fact that this girl that I once thought was going to be my wife and I was going to spend the rest of my life with, you know, it just wasn't meant to be, right? And it's like it's hard to think that way, when again, like you had all these plans for the future and everything was supposed to go this way, and it's just like start from the beginning. So once I started realizing that and like started realizing like, you know what, as I was telling you, like anyone's lucky to have me, right? It's so narcissistic, but it's like you got to think that way in order to start like moving on and accepting that there's someone out there that's going to value me, and you know, someone out there deserves my love. Yeah. And so once I meet that person, which hopefully is with my girlfriend right now, is you know, it's that much easier to just like forget about like what happened and like what went wrong, and just start focusing about like, okay, how can I be better for the next relationship? Yeah. So I'm pretty surprised that it did only last me, I would say max like 3 months. I mean, it's been like 8 months. It's been 8 months since we broke up. Wow. But like 3 months, that's when I again like working really hard in the gym and started realizing, people telling me every day, it's not the end of the world. Yeah. Once you accept that, you know your value, it's that much easier, I guess. But yeah, I don't think there's a certain time. Like you can move on in a couple of weeks if you wanted to. Yeah. Even though people won't believe you that you're like, you know, fully moved on. And people question me, like, are you sure? Like, do you want to get into another relationship? I'm like, I wouldn't get into another relationship unless I knew for sure that I was ready to give someone my all again. Yeah. Right. And so that's just mine.
Yeah, I think acceptance is so important, because if you don't learn when to accept, then you can't really be able to be in a new relationship and give them your all, because you'll still have a lot of unresolved conflicts within yourself that will carry on into the next relationship. Like I remember like the other 2 times that I tried with other girls, I was just like, yeah, this isn't it, because I just would compare. You know, if you're still comparing, if you're still like thinking, I think if your initial thought is still like your ex, I think you haven't fully accepted. And when you're able to like not think about them, not wonder how their day is going, you know, is when you could fully accept. And also not lingering the question, what if? That's an important one to stop thinking about, because when you think about, oh, what could have been, then it'll just keep wrecking you, and it'll wreck every relationship that you try to get in.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I feel like for that part where like the what ifs and whatever, you have to be able to control it. Like I know it's hard.
That's some la la land
right?
shit, bro.
Yeah.
I think if you're still trying to control it, you can't move on.
No, I mean like control, like get away the thoughts and everything. Like you've acknowledged everything, right? And it pours in. Like I'm not saying avoid the problem. Like I acknowledge, like no, you're stab yourself a bit, right? Like pin yourself. Like she did you wrong, or this person did me wrong. Like don't cave into the fact that like, oh, but she loved me. Yeah, she did, but like she also did whatever it is. She wasn't good for your mental health, emotional health, everything, right? She caused you to like lose friends, stuff like that. Like don't believe in that stuff. It's kind of bad, but like, believe in that stuff. Don't believe in like the happy, good old lucky times, right? That's what I'm saying.
I think it's important to think about the happy times.
No, 100%. Like that shows like, oh, you're capable of loving someone and everything, right? Don't discredit that. And
and it's like I know how to love someone, and like I know how to, you know, how I want to be loved. And like I'm not saying my ex was a terrible person, bro. She was a great girlfriend, like very supportive. Really like looked out for me. There's a big like disparity between my first ex and my most recent ex, and it's just that like my first ex dude would like make me feel like shit, like call out my flaws, and like would make me feel bad. And then like when I got with my like most recent ex, it's totally different. I'm like, is this how I'm supposed to be treated? Like this feels really good. Oh my god, like so much respect, like always supporting me and like always making sure I'm okay. And I'm just like, this is how I should be treated. And so obviously going into my relationship now, it's like I know that that's what I deserve, and so if I get anything less than that, that's kind of, you know, like
I think acceptance is also getting to a place where you can forgive yourself, and you know, for all the things that you did wrong in the relationship. And I think it's also forgiving your ex. That's a huge one. Forgiving your ex for the things that they might not even say sorry for, right? Because you won't get the conclusion that you wanted. You won't get the resolution, but it's important to still forgive them to be able to like kind of clear your heart of its, you know, toxins, you know, and just forgive the whole relationship. It was a time in your life where you were happy, and it just so happens that it ended, and that's it. And then you start a new one.
Yeah. And going off of what you were saying, with like forgiving, once I like realized that like I don't hate my ex anymore, that's when I knew. I was like, yo, I'm not phased anymore. Because I hated her for the longest time, because I was like, how could you just like do this? Like what the fuck, right?
That was me too.
And then I realized like, you know what? Like I'm in a better place now, and I hope she's in a better place, you know, she's watching this. And
honestly, that's so facts. I thought the same way too, because I had, you know, every time I like would when I was in my relationship now, obviously go over the like, oh, how your ex is, how did that relationship go? And then I think someone asked like, oh, like do you hate your exes? I'm like, no, honestly, I don't.
I don't anymore.
I don't. I honestly wish them like the best, you know? And I think once you get to that point, you're gonna be flourishing.
You're gonna be okay, man.
You're gonna be okay,
Emotional maturity.
Emotional maturity for sure. Character development. I was so like, when I tell you I was really happy with myself when I realized that like I don't have any of these hatred feelings anymore. I was so happy, dude. Like I remember seeing that guy at one point, right? That she's with, and I remember him looking at me like really viciously, and I didn't even know it was him at the time. I was like, who is this guy looking at me? Why is he so mad? And then I remembered, I'm like, oh, I know him. And when I realized, I was like, oh, I know him, but why is he mad? I'm not, you know, I didn't have those feelings when I realized it was him. I was like, oh, wow, I'm good. That was like the point in time. I was like, I'm good.
And it's a really big step to be happy for someone else that you wanted to be with for the rest of your life, right? So once you come to that realization that like there's no point of hating this person, like why am I
for real
getting hung up or like having this hate in my heart when it's like there's no point, man.
Because it's easy to me. It's just easier to be mad at them. Sure, it's like, yo, fuck that. Fuck blah, blah.
I would tell myself it's so much easier to hate than it is to love.
Oh, absolutely.
I had a religion teacher named Mr. Coffee. And his name is Mr. Coffee, I know. And he said to me like all these bad feelings that you have, why not love anyways? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, just love anyways. Even if, you know, that person did you wrong, just love, because love is always bigger and stronger than hate.
Absolutely. And like as much as I want to think about like all this stuff that happened towards the end of the relationship, I'm like, bro, thank God this girl showed me that it's possible for someone to love you, you know, for who you are. Like no matter like how flawed you think you are, there's someone out there that's gonna see you as perfect as you can only imagine.
Yeah, it's true.
So, yeah, shout out to whoever. You know who you are.
Shout out to my ex.
All right, so let me ask you this. So let me pull it up.
Wait, we gotta cut.
Oh, we gotta cut?
Sorry.
Stop. Rolling.
All right.
So we have like two true or false questions for you two. So the first one, true or false? Breakup glow ups hit different.
Yeah, I say
true.
Yeah,
true. Everything is like that. I think every TikTok too is like,
Oh,
yo, someone break my heart so I could just.
Yo, that's one plus side that I saw when like with the breakup. I was like, dude, I could do so many glow up videos. Like my TikTok is full of like just me, being sad and stuff.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden I'm like getting big and stuff like that. Not that I'm big or anything.
Oh, you are.
But yeah, like that's one thing that I could take away is that like once you really start focusing on yourself, dude, you could do so much stuff that you could never imagine.
Yeah.
And this is a piggyback on that is like, do you think a relationship can hold you back?
Oh,
we had this question.
We did have this question. Yes.
I
I think at some extent a relationship can hold you back if your partner's not understanding of what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if your partner's like, why don't you spend more time with me instead of this, that?
That's
Then they will hold you back, especially career wise,
Yeah.
Self-development wise.
Yeah.
So yeah, 100% relationships can hold you back. It just depends on your partner.
Yeah, that's good.
I mean, he said most of the points, but I agree. Only reason why is because like I like to do a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need you to be understanding. It's like, it's just me, bro. I just like do a lot of shit. Like I need you to understand that. That's it.
Yeah, there needs to be like a balance. Of, like there's a difference between like someone stopping you from doing what you want to do and not trying a relationship. Right?
Yeah.
Like, so if someone's always constantly asking you to like hang out and stuff, like that could be because you're not giving them enough attention in the first place, right? And so, but if it's in the case where it's like you're doing your part, but still like they still want you for themselves and not letting you grow, that's the problem. So
that's fair. That's fair.
Yeah. But thank God I never went through that.
Facts.
So yeah.
Bro, see, I haven't been in a relationship, bro. Sometimes I'll be in the gym. I'll purposely put sad music on. Yeah. Right? Think of a random scenario, like, all right, let's go.
Yeah. I have a breakup playlist that I play right before I get to the gym.
Really?
So then when I get to the gym, I'm sad already.
I'm the opposite, man. I think of like the happiest songs I can think of.
Oh,
like
no,
I'm
I
listening to like
do
Disney songs and stuff. No, straight up. Like, and it gets me hyped. Like, I'm like, why am I gonna
That's playing Bet on It by Zac
No, I agree with you, bro. Okay, now I don't put sad music anymore. I'm just like really happy. Yeah. But bro, one song that slaps at the gym, call it weird, but I play "Somebody to Love" by Justin Bieber.
Really? It's a banger, man.
That is
pop,
it's a good song.
bro. I be deadlifting 3 plays too, like, bro. But yeah, okay. Next question. True or false? A breakup means I can be a heartbreaker.
I say no.
No.
It's not fair, man.
False.
No, I mean because there are a lot of people that like, oh, like someone hurt me, I can hurt people.
Yeah.
Fucked up mentality. That's a psychopath.
That's
it. Or a sociopath.
I think it's a sociopath because they know that they're doing that. But yeah, no, for sure. I've met a lot of people like that. I could not do it personally.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've seen a lot of people do that.
Yeah, and really again, like it's the part of growth, right? Like when you can be the bigger person. Don't get me wrong. I hate being the bigger person.
Yeah.
I want to be salty. I want to be petty. I want to be like, you're wrong. I'm all right. Shit. But it's like you have to come to that realization that it's like just because you felt that way doesn't mean you should put someone who hasn't done you wrong in that same situation as you, right? And it's like that goes hand in hand with like the hooking up part, right? Like if someone is into you and you're just using them as a means to an end, bro, you're just making the world a worse place than you found it, bro. Like what's like, and I just can't stand with that. Like just because someone hurt you, you can hurt other people. No, I don't mess with that.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of times where it's like, like people that have been, I don't know if it's an actual statistic. I might be wrong, guys. But it was like, people that have been cheated on are likely to cheat in their next relationship because they've been cheated on.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's a scary thing too for me because I've been cheated on and emotionally cheated on. So in my head, I'm like, oh God, but I don't have that mentality, right? Like I don't want to do onto others what they've done to me. Yeah. Because like what he said, just be the bigger person.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not worth it, really.
I agree, bro. So yeah, false. False. Were you guys scared to move on?
I wasn't scared to move on. I was scared that they were gonna move on.
Oh.
Yeah, because like,
oh, okay.
you know, you come out the relationship with like with all this rage, right? Like, well, at least for me, like I was really pissed off, right? And so I wanted to make sure that like she wouldn't find someone else that would be better than me, right? And so the whole time I was, you know, I was just like preying on her downfall, or as they say, right? It's
that's so bad.
No, seriously, and I'm being transparent, right? Like I wish this upon her in her face. I was like, I hope you get fat. Like I hope, and like obviously I said it in a joking way, but there was some you know,
truth to that.
Some truth,
right?
yeah.
It's like I hope you, like the worst for you and stuff like that. But obviously that's changed now. Like I wish she's doing good now. But yeah, for the most part, I didn't care about moving on. Like I'll move on like whenever. Yeah. But for her, it's like I don't want you to move on at all. So how about you?
Kind of like Happier from Olivia Rodrigo.
Something
you know that song?
Yeah, like Happier, but not with like.
Not with me.
Right?
Yeah.
Yo, shout out Olivia Rodrigo.
That's good. I didn't realize that I was scared to move on until this. I'll tell you the story. It was the first time I really meant the word I love, like the phrase I love you to my girlfriend now. Yeah. I didn't realize, I thought it was such an easy phrase for me to just say, right? Yeah. But I didn't realize, wow, it's been like a few years since I really said I love you and meant it. Wow. So there was at one point, like my girlfriend at like now, she made me wait to say this, right? She made me wait to say the L word. And I really wanted to, right? I really wanted to. I didn't understand the weight of it until the moment I was like, I can't, like I couldn't breathe. My heart was beating too fast and I was choking up on the words. Wow. And then when I said it, I kind of teared because then I realized in that moment, I was like, this is the first time I really mean it in a long time. Wow. So that's when I realized, wow, that was scary. That was so scary. And she saw the impact of me saying I love you in that moment. And I was like, wow, thank God you made me wait. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's when I knew I was scared to move on.
Well, that's, wow.
Yeah.
Relationships are hard, man.
They're hard. Because it's a lot of emotional investments, you know? But I think the important thing for anyone to get from this podcast is that there's a lot of love that you might still have for your ex, but it's very important that whatever love that you had for them, it's important to reinvest that into yourself so that you can be able to invest that back into a new person. Yeah. Honestly, if there's anybody else, if there's any like things that we missed, I would love to hear you guys' comments down below. Yeah. And if you guys want to see Nikko again, of course, comment down. And yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for having me, guys.
Yeah,
it was really fun. This was really good experience.
But yeah, drop down below, comment down below, like any like breakup rituals you've gone through or how to like cope and everything. Like help each other in the comments and everything because that's what we want, create a community. And yeah, so check out our links in the bio for social medias, even Nikko's. For Spotify and Apple Podcast listeners, please do rate us and follow us there. We appreciate it. It helps us in the long run. We have a lot of things planned for the next couple of weeks because now that me and Dom are off school, we have more episodes intact. So yeah, comment down any ideas. And that's episode 37. Thank you, Nikko, for joining us. And that's been The Booth. Peace.
Wow. First podcast done. Let's go.